realize that the child you're raising is not yours. I'd really love to hear what your thoughts are about this. But first, of course, I'll give my girl the chance to let me know what she thinks. So, girl.
So you want me to sit on the fence or to take a no?
Yeah, you already know. If you sit on the fence here, you already know what we do to people. Benches.
So pick a side.
So pick a side.
This is very difficult. Which side should I take? Because actually things have actually changed from the things we know before till now. So what should I take? Should I take yes? And why? Right, so let me take yes.
Yes, you think paternity?
It's a difficult yes.
Okay, DNA should be done.
Yes,
paternity, yes.
So, but first of all, how did we get to this place? How did we? In 20, 30 years, nobody talks about DNA.
Yeah.
You just give birth, you automatically know this is my son, this is my daughter. But over the years, I think things have changed.
Let me tell you, do you know those people would have gotten away with it? They probably even did it much more than we did.
And that is true.
Because there's nothing to document it.
Days,
yeah.
You see people, going to other people's wives. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
In some tribes.
Yeah.
Yes. They give their women as entertainment. Okay.
So imagine she gets pregnant from that entertainment.
Yeah.
What happens? All right, so for me, I think no matter what the excuse is, for instance, some women will say that because they discover that the man cannot,
function.
Function very well. But I think it is that man's right for him to know. Don't keep it. You're not doing him any good. In fact, you're harming him by hiding the secret. Yes, it's not easy to say, but I think it's better. So let him make the choice. Either we adopt or, I can allow you, because some men do that.
Yeah.
I can allow you go with somebody else. So I think it's really, really wrong for you to take a decision on somebody's behalf. Now, things are happening these days. Things are happening. So I think now trust is now like thrown out of the window now, because you don't even know. Because I think it's wrong for you to have your wife. Then after you give birth, you have doubting issues as to whether this is my daughter or my son. But now that we have come to this situation, I think to be on the safe side, just like let the hospital even make it a rule that before you. So for me, I think I'll take a yes to save you the hassle. So on time, so I don't start raising after 10, 15, 20, 30 years, you discover that this child is not mine. So to be on the safe side, just do it like a mandatory thing. Just do it. That's all.
Okay, so you guys have it. Olubu says do the test as soon as you give birth to that child. Do the DNA test to save yourself the stress. Now, the problem is most marriages crash because they're insisted on a DNA test. The woman says, you don't trust me and you want to do a DNA test and all of that. You have that emotional blackmail.
But for some, at the same time too, if you know that you don't have anything to hide, just do it.
So, but why do you want to do it if you trust me in the first place?
Like I said, if the hospital makes, because of what is happening right now, everybody is saying, okay, after 2 or 3 years, this is not my son, this is not my child. So to save them the stress, like the way when you get to the hospital, you do HIV test. It's mandatory. Whether you are asked or not, you must do it. So just make it like that. Make it mandatory. So whether it's not you now, it's the hospital that requires it to make it easy. So I think if you don't have anything to hide, I think you want to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want to do a DNA test, right, guys? Let's know what you think about this, because I feel a certain type of way about it. Getting to do a DNA test as soon as you. I remember one time when this thing was quite popular. You know that a nurse came out and said children who were born between 19 World War birth, that she was a nurse in the hospital at that time and she did swab babies and all of that. So and imagine now that such a thing had happened and this woman had not come out to confess, and there's a woman there who knows it, that she didn't cheat on her husband, she didn't have anything to do with her husband, and her pregnancy was meant for the husband, and now the relationship breaks because there's no logical explanation to the fact that this child is not mine, is not mine.
anything.
Yes, there's no explanation the woman is going to give. She's going to be in a very difficult position because no matter what she explains, that child is not my child. But I also cannot explain how that child is not your child because I know that it's you that impregnated me. So it's a very difficult position to be in. Right, guys, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think DNA tests should be done at birth as soon as the child is being given? If yes, I'd love to hear why, and if no, I'll also love to hear why. On 090-7353-87668888. You can also leave us a message on WhatsApp letting us know what your thoughts are. 054450. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, welcome, and thank you for joining us on the show.
My name is Gabriel, calling you from
Hi,
Worcester.
Gabriel.
Hi, Gabriel.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So talk to us, Gabriel. What do you think?
Yes, I think yearly test at childbirth is not necessary
Okay, why do you think so?
because it will cause a lot of problems in families. Because if you look at it very well, we have so many families that by the time you begin to dig it out, it will cause a lot of problems in so many marriages. So my neighbor used to say that my person will get money, then they do daily test, come and deliver for God. So I will be of the opinion that it's not necessary. Because if you begin to do that, a lot of marriages will have issues. Thank you and good afternoon.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. All right.
Problem. Is it to hide the secret or what?
Why?
I don't really understand when.
I think the problem is like, why are you running a DNA test?
Okay.
You don't trust me enough. I think these are some of the issues. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We can hear you clearly, so.
Okay, I'm Festus calling from Piping.
Festus from Pape. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
So talk to us. What's your take on this, Festus?
On this matter, I suggest that DNA should be
Done
done.
at birth. Okay. Why do you think so?
They used to do child immunization from birth.
Okay. Makes sense.
So I have said that it should be done. Carry out immediately after the birth.
So why do you think it should be done?
It will help to determine the exact paternity now so that everybody will go at rest. I can go to sleep and close my eyes that, yeah, my wife is okay, my husband is okay.
Okay. All right. It's good to know. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. But on Bubbles, do you know there's also something? I think doctors swear an oath of secrecy. You know, there's certain information that a doctor cannot release to another patient, especially when it has to do with me, unless I'm permitted to. So I don't know if paternity is one of them, whether they're allowed to tell a paternity of a child, with or without the consent of the mother. Because it's possible for the mother to say, when I birth my child and you run a paternity test and it says this child is not mine, say it's mine. I don't know. Maybe there's a doctor here who can. It's just like, yes, it's just like when your solo spouse.
They'll sign it together. The thing is, they'll sign it together.
Okay, they sign that. I don't know about that. I've not done a DNA test.
It can't be one person.
I've not
sign it together.
Maybe I should go and do a DNA.
Like I said earlier on, things are happening these days. We have a lot of cases where children are not the father's own.
Yeah.
So to avoid that, I said it would be easy if the hospital makes it their own part of their rules and regulations. Like you have to take HIV test when you're doing your antenatal. It's you must do it. It's very important. You must do it. So this one, let them make it their rule. So it becomes easy for them. So it's not the husband demanding for the paternity of the child, but is a rule
the
for the hospital
demanding the paternity.
demanding for it, yeah.
All right, guys. I don't know what I think about this, but I'd love to hear you. 090-7353-0044.
or 090-8766-8888.
You can leave us a message on WhatsApp, but definitely letting us know what your thoughts are about this on 09097054450. This is the question. Do you think paternity test or DNA test should be done at birth? As soon as you give birth, you run a... It's 2024. Please turn down the volume of your radio.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome and thanks for joining us on the show.
Yeah, my name is Simon Peter. I'm calling from Jabi.
Simon Peter, it's good to have you join us.
Now, if that test was to be sheet, that test should be, in fact, it is very good that the test is conducted or should be conducted at all times.
Okay.
One, to expose the insincerity of some women and also men.
Okay.
To also, by the time you expose up to 20 to 30 people.
Wow.
Everybody will stick to his to cheat on your wife or to cheat on your husband will become difficult because you'll be scared if I give that to this child. And when the society gets to know that this child does not belong to this man, and after getting married to this man, then I will tell it to go away. So why many people are not doing this? Because it is very expensive. But if it was to be very cheap, it is very good to eliminate marriage. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't even know how much. I probably should have even found out before the show today how much a DNA test will cost. But let's hear you. Let's have it.
It should be free.
Free.
Make it free. If the hospital mandates it, like HIV test is free.
Okay.
If you are going for antenatal, it's free.
Okay. Anyways, sometimes I just wonder, like, what if today I just put it up to my father and says let's go and run a DNA test. I don't doubt anything, but I just really need to know. I really need to know where I stand right now. And then look at me, we go and do a DNA test. How do you feel if you know that your father is not your father or your mother is not?
Please don't say that.
It's crazy.
It's really
It's really like the child might almost never recover. I might never recover from that because this is the life I've known all my life, and then you just want to take that from me.
What would happen to a father who thinks this son
Child, exactly.
and after like 50 years you discover
realize that.
Oh my God.
Anyways, the child is even old though, because the marriage is not as if the child is 50 years. The marriage is 50 years old, which means that the child might just be maybe 50 exactly or 49 or late 40s or something. But right, guys, this is it all. This is the conversation we have for today. What do you think? But before we get to have more of your reactions right here, let's take a very short break. Actually, it's a cash out break, and when we get back, we'll keep up this conversation. Do not go anywhere.
Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja, here to stay.
Hey Abuja, are you ready? Introducing IVR Arcade and Bowling. Your ultimate destination for non-stop fun and excitement like never before. Are you planning a birthday party or group event? Look no further. Bring your family and friends to IVR Arcade and Bowling. Your ultimate destination for non-stop fun and excitement like never before. We've got unlimited virtual reality and arcade games, car simulator, air hockey, PlayStation 5 on a big screen, archery. Also, perfect your aim in our cutting-edge bowling alley and more. Kids can have a blast in our soft playground too. And don't forget to treat yourself to delicious, creating memorable experiences. For reservations, call 0901-003-5935 or visit Cookies Mall, second floor at Nitel Junction, Ademola Adetukumbo Crescent, Wuse 2, FCT, Abuja. IVR Arcade and Bowling, where fun and magic never end.
Are you ready for this?
Keep this frequency clear.
We're live. I woke up with a Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja.
Tune into Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, and this is your radio experience you can count on. We have 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes to get on with this conversation and get out of the studio for Benedict and Joe to come right up and take over from us. And right, of course, it's the no gray areas where we get to answer the questions with a yes or a no. So, the question for today is, do you think that DNA tests should be carried out at birth? That is, when someone just gives birth, they should run a DNA test for them just to end any sort of conversation as, is my child, is not my child, why didn't you tell me it's 20 years? So to avoid the stress of that conversation, do you think that it is okay to run a DNA test at birth, or you think it's inconsequential, there's no need to run that test? I love my wife and I trust my wife, so we gotta go with whatever she said. So let me hear you guys on 090-7353-0044
or 090-8766-8888.
You can also leave us a message on WhatsApp letting us know what your thoughts are on 090-9705-44 and 50. Personally, I think seeing where we are right now with the world and everything that's going on, I would recommend that you run a DNA test, at birth, just to be safe. You might get asked the husband now and he'll say, no, baby, I trust you. And there's some part, you have some friends somewhere that will be saying, oh, you trust her. You are not seeing what all those women.
And it's true. The small voice.
The small voice. You don't see what all those women are. Don't trust women, no fear women. If you know. Thanks for joining us on the show.
You're welcome.
All right. So talk to us, please. What do you think? Should DNA test be run at birth?
I think we shouldn't see it as maybe, you're suspecting your wife or what. Like, you go to hospital, maybe if you are sick, some hospital will tell you, come for HIV test. You know yourself. So it shouldn't be like, when you give test, you also go to antenatal, all these things, so many tests on it. So because that will be free, everybody will be free. Then we are in marriage, you are suspecting, you are like me. I told my wife that this, I'm not too sure we are going to run this DNA, if I can see it's certified, we'll go and run it. So we shouldn't see that
suspense. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on the show. You didn't tell us your name, though. Oh, no. You didn't get it. Ladies calling, let's hear you. Because, yes, we need a balanced point of view. Now, the men are saying that let's do the DNA test. We want to hear from the women. What do you think about this? Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not the person you were expecting to hear.
Don't worry. We can do with this.
Yeah, this is Uche.
Uche from Akamata. Thank you so much, Uche, for joining us on the show.
How are you?
I'm good.
Very well, thank you.
So, the thing is, if you love, I don't want to say if you love your wife, of course, because every man ought to love his wife.
Of course.
If you trust your wife, although trust also can be deceitful at times, but let me just say it because I have to say it.
Okay.
If you trust your wife to that extent, I don't think DNA
is necessary.
Is consequential.
Okay.
At birth.
Okay.
But if you don't trust your wife for any reason, better to you, I don't know what
make you not trust the person.
For any reason, then another problem is how would the woman feel?
Exactly.
What if after the test and you happen to find out that the child is your child? So how would your wife feel after that? There's a lot of, let's just see it from this angle. Because every woman, sure, 92%, I stand to be corrected anyway, 92% of women will feel that you don't trust them, and that's why you want to carry out the test. And after that, they find out that it is your biological child.
The relationship might never be the same.
Exactly. You understand? It has its own problem internally. You might not know. But then, what if you want to carry out the test in a situation whereby you are suspecting something, but you don't have the money because this test you are talking about here is not free.
Yes.
You don't have the money to run it at that point in time. What will you do? So,
it's just by the both side anyway. For anyone, so I can't say it's advisable. I can't say it's not advisable. But for who chooses to? So who sees it to be necessary and who can afford to do it? Then go ahead. I don't have anything against that. But if you don't, I also have nothing against that as well. That's just my intake.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Uche from Akamata. We appreciate this thought here. If you trust your wife, but my dear, trust has failed so many times. A lot of people have put their trust in, their wives, and, things have gone south. But again, like he said, the relationship might never remain the same. After, I just put to bed, you say run a DNA test, or we have to run a DNA test immediately, and then you realize that the child is yours. I don't think your relationship will be the same, Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, welcome, and thanks for joining us on the show.
Okay. My name is Mr. Friday, calling from Central.
Mr. Friday?
Yeah, calling from Central.
All right, thank you, Mr. Friday. Let's hear you. What are your thoughts on this?
It's okay. On my own side, I think the cost of DNA has to be broken down, like the cost of if it's something like let's say 200,000 or 100,000 or even let's say 100,000 highest, so that everybody can have access, have enough money. Let's say what he can do. Everybody can do it at any time. It's very necessary to me. It's good we do it. Because you and I don't know. Even to the situation of the country presently, I cannot lie you. Look at this program you have to this time. No woman has called. No woman has called. Truly and truly, men will not do this. It's only women that is doing it due to the news we are.
The network is bad for women. Today, the network does not favor the women. What do you mean?
That is the truth. That is the truth. How can a man say, this is not my child? It's very hard. It's only women that got pregnant that know they are real biological father of their child. Men don't know that. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's all for the women. So for me, let it be a cry of the women for government to break down the cost of DNA, so that anybody can do it at any time without suspecting anybody. That's for me.
All right.
If the money is very less, like 100,000, everybody can easily do it.
All right.
You understand? But if the money is too high, even when you suspect, you cannot afford such amount to go and do it. So even if it's bad for you to be suspecting somebody, seeing your child, maybe on one way or the other, it's not looking exactly like suspected. You understand?
Yeah.
You may be suspecting both your wife, both the child. You may not show the full love you wanted. It's not good. It's better you find out and get exactly what you want. If it's not yours, let everything be as it's supposed. That's it.
All right.
That's for me.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting us know this. Breaking down the cost. And right, women, please don't put us on the spot like this. You guys call us up. Because yes, truly, every man would say yes. Let's run the DNA test. But you, what do you think? Do you think DNA test should? Why? Again, why do they even happen in the first place? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Martha. Uche, call back.
Uche, all right, quickly, let's hear you.
I want to ask men that are of the opinion, let's run a DNA test.
Thank you.
I'm not against it. I'm not opposing it either. But I just want to ask, what's the sense of this DNA test?
To know the paternity of your child, now.
Yeah, just because of what's happening right
Why
now.
would you want to know the paternity of your child if you're not doubting the integrity of your partner?
Okay, that one is there.
So, which means, if you want to run a paternity test, you are doubting the integrity and the trust of your mate. And when that is proved, imagine you doubting the integrity of your wife. And your wife has told you this thing. Of course, woman will always speak up. There's no need for this.
Yeah.
And if you insist and you carried it out, what would be the after effect? How would that family be? And the child himself, don't you think that it might, because most women, they will tell their child things in your absence. That's obvious. I'm not against it, but we need to think deeply before we act.
Yeah.
And also, this test, like I said before, it's not free unless the government, because of the incident that unfortunate incident that we are seeing occurring, that haven't many occurrences, that the government will say, okay, it is now mandatory, especially the government hospitals, that immediately a child is given birth, then they should run a certain that's okay. But for a man to bring us such amount of money, which is not less than 100K after birth, he might be doubting the integrity of that, and that suspicion does not just start that day. And this thing will affect the woman. It will affect her seriously, emotionally, psychologically, and physically.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Uche from Akamata. I do understand your point.
I want to quickly say.
Okay.
When your crush was about to get admitted into the university.
Okay,
we have a call.
By your crush, my husband. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
My name is Comrade Saleh.
All right, Comrade, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for my take of this issue. I don't want to talk too much.
Okay.
Today's life, in hospital, people in this world now, they are not, this is what God gives them. They want to have what God not give them. So in the hospital, you see some people, some nurse, they use doctor and nurse to manipulate, because maybe they have all their life, they are born girls, and they want boys. So maybe they will see that when their wife comes to born, they not negotiate and save people children. And you understand? So it's happening in hospital. Because of that, I always like people to do that. To have a church for their family. So that it's not about trust your wife. Let your wife know that when maybe your children you have is not resembling you, or they are behaving anyhow, you can go and test to know how the others your children. They don't mean anything.
Okay.
When you say this, you don't mean the wrong of your wife. You discuss your wife to know the future of your children. It's not mean anything.
Okay.
It's not why you don't trust your wife. Because the way things is going in the hospital now, because of that, I like to have it test. You understand?
Okay.
But in my own issue, all my children resemble me. So they behave like me. So I have no problem with that.
All
But
right.
I want people to do these things very,
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting us know what your thoughts are. And thank you everyone as well for letting us know what your thoughts are. DNA tests, some say, should be carried out. And some say there's no need. Both of you have very valid reasons as to why, you have made this, come to this conclusion for yourselves. But whatever the case is, is this the point where we say, do you?
Do what suits you.
Do what suits you, honestly, but do what suits you. But if you have a reason to question the integrity of your wife, that might be the reason. Sometimes you see fishy text messages, you start seeing
the issue of baby swapping. Like I remember when I had my kids. Once they bring the baby out, they show you.
Yes. So that this, I think it's to do that.
Sides to this story, not just because you're suspecting.
Yes.
But at least okay, this one is for me.
Yes. Imagine that child being swapped. That's another very valid reason. So I don't think you should look at it from the point of you don't trust me, that's why. And again, it should also be an accessible system, where it's just a rule in the hospital. You have to run this DNA test so that your child is either not swapped or you are sure about the paternity of your child. Because it's not. I don't think it's fair for you to be unknowingly raising another man's child, except of course you are aware that that child is not yours and you've decided to take full responsibility. But the moment that choice is taken from that person, I think it's quite unfair. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, every single one of you. Oh no. that person was still on the line. I didn't know that. Anyways, I appreciate every single one of you for, being a part of the show and for your contributions. I appreciate you, really. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same stations, same time. That's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and same station. It goes 102.3 FM Abuja. Your radio experience you can count on. This is Martha right here. The girl. And we've got the star girl right here. Your Excellency, Ma, thank you so much for joining in the studio. Your Excellency, Ma, I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. It is adios from this point. It is bye-bye until tomorrow.
Every song is just so catchy. Just makes you feel good.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
The vibe is about to be lit. Don't you just love good music? I know you do. I don't really care the order. On Eagles 102.3 FM. This is Eagles 102.3 News, your number one radio experience you can count on.